So, I'm going to review Lincoln, and is Lincoln as good as my movies? Well, kids, you know what? Lincoln's better than your movies. Nice job, bitch. Well, there is one movie that's better than it, and best part was, it was directed by the same guy. Hey there YouTube, Lucas Stringer here, and today for you guys, I'm going to review what you saw in the beginning, Lincoln. Now, I have been excited to see this movie right the minute they announced it. It was directed by Steven Spielberg, one of my heroes and one of the best directors of all time, and the lead role was Daniel Day-Lewis, and is definitely one of the best actors in Hollywood now or even ever. And also, they have tons of other great other ones, like Tommy Lee Jones, Sally Field, Joseph Gordon-Levitt. I was so excited for this movie. And of course, this movie was fantastic. Well, Lincoln's about an actual true story of Abraham Lincoln, unlike... When it takes place in the Civil War, and of course, like any other president, they want to get rid of it, so he decides to come up with the amendment that will free the slaves, and that's what you follow the whole entire movie. Now, the performances are top-notch. They are amazing. They could not have picked a better cast for this movie. And of course, it's mainly on Daniel Day-Lewis. Daniel Day-Lewis is such a fantastic actor, and he's proved it in There Will Be Blood, and I love that movie so much. But anyway, I cannot talk about in this review how awesome There Will Be Blood is. I gotta continue with this performance in Lincoln, and he did a fantastic job as Abraham Lincoln. They couldn't have picked anyone who would have been better. No one would have been better than Daniel Day-Lewis. He was the perfect choice for this role, and thank God he did it. And like, imagine. Yeah, he was in 11-11-11, so Spielberg wouldn't be that stupid. And everyone else in the cast, Tommy Lee Jones, Sally Field, Joseph Gordon-Levitt, Giovanni Ribisi, James Spader. I can go on and on of how many great actors were in this movie, and they all did fantastic. Definitely the best main cast I've seen in a movie all year long. Now, what makes Lincoln so fantastic? Well, first of all, it's directed by Steven Spielberg. Enough said. But the rest of it is, the setting is fantastic. It had fantastic setting. Felt like I was like right back in that time. And it was just such a good setting. And this movie's probably going to win for Best Makeup in the Oscars. No fucking doubt it's going to win Best Makeup. No doubt. And of course, the acting helped big time. Like I mentioned, the acting was so top-notch in this movie. It was phenomenal. And also, just like many of the scenes in the courthouse, there were such entertaining scenes. And just they were just talking, like when they were voting either yes or no to the amendment. That was a fantastic scene, and definitely one of the best scenes I've seen in a movie all year long. Man, that scene was so good. And the writing was fantastic. The writing was fantastic. It seemed like it was just like how they would have talked when they were deciding the amendment, and everything else would seem exactly like that conversation. The writing was so fantastic in this movie. And of course, it was fantastically directed by the one and only Steven Spielberg. I love Steven Spielberg. He directed one of my favorite movies of all time. A bunch of my favorite movies of all time. Which my favorite Steven Spielberg movies, obviously, Schindler's List, because Schindler's List is such an amazing movie. You hear that, Liam? Oh yeah, he had to pee. But anyway, now, even though I love this movie to death, it did have a couple problems. Now, which obviously, it seemed very slow. It seemed like it was around like 4 to 5 hours, and really it was less than 2.5 hours. And like, they could have edited a specific spot like this. Oh, it's gonna end here. Nope, they're continuing. Oh, they're gonna end right there. Nope, they're continuing. That kind of irks me a little bit. But the rest of the movie helps big time. Well, overall, Lincoln is such a fantastic movie. It disappointed me a little bit. It might win for Best Picture. People are saying it, like, before this movie came out, they're like, okay, Lincoln's gonna win Best Picture. I don't think it will, but if it does, congratulations, Spielberg, because you haven't won Best Picture since, well, Schindler's List. So anyway, overall, I will be giving Lincoln 4.5 out of 5 stars. So that's my review of Lincoln, guys. And I really hope you enjoyed my review. Now I'm Lucas Stringer. See you guys. Hello? Hey. Hey, dude. What's going on, man? Hey, do you want to go to the movies? The movies? Yeah, I'm down. What do you want to see? Twilight.